This tutorial is part of the DrDev tutorial series for Office 2007 SDK for Java. How to create an Office 2007 Word document by writing Java code using the DrDev Office 2007 SDK Enterprise for Java. In this tutorial, we will create a Java application. We'll reference the DrDev Office 2007 SDK from that Java application. Using the Office SDK, we will write Java code to create a simple Office 2007 Word document. We will explore the parts of a Word document and the use of the SDK for stylizing the document text. Finally, we will execute the code and produce the document. This diagram shows the different parts of a Word document that we'll be using in the tutorial. A Word document is composed of many parts. Each part controls the composition and formatting of specific items in a document. The top two parts are the document and body. Every Word document must have these parts. The document is the topmost container. All of the other parts are under the document. The document part has a capability of loading and writing the whole document to and from a physical file. The body part is the container for all of the content of the document. All of the styles, pages, sections, headers, and footers reside at this level. The paragraph part is what the name implies. It represents a paragraph within the body of a document. All of the properties and style assignments that can be set on a paragraph level within Word can be set within the paragraph part from code. Multiple running fragments can be attached to a paragraph. The running fragment contains text and run properties. The run properties contain styling for the text such as font, font size, and spacing. The font styles such as bold, italic, underline, and all caps are also added to the run properties. All of the text that is added to a running fragment will be formatted by the running fragment properties. To change the font, style, spacing, etc. for the text, a new running fragment must be created and the new run properties set. All text added to this running fragment will be formatted by the new running fragment's properties. We are now going to show you how this is done in Java code to create a Word document. I brought up Eclipse, and inside here I have written a little Java program to actually produce a Word document. As you can see, there's two files in here. There's a document content class, which contains all the code to actually put the content into the document, and of course the main Java program, which actually is the one that we run. So the first thing we have to do to make this work is we have to make sure that we have the DrDev SDK installed into the program. So to do that, what we do is we just go ahead and right click up here on the Create Word Document, the project file, and we go to Libraries, and as you can see up here I have it installed. If it wasn't installed, what you would have to do is click on Add External Jar and get down and find it and click on it, and then it'll come up and show here. Now that we have the SDK referenced, we need to make sure that we import the namespaces that we're going to be using in the code. As you can see, the DrDev Office SDK has a number of namespaces that contain all the different word parts that we're going to be using for manipulating and creating the document. Our main method of the code is fairly straightforward. Here we deal with the document itself, where we create the document, give it a file name, give it its name of the document, the path, and then we save it when we're done. All of the content is put in by the document content class, and that's over here. We're going to be going over to the document content class now in order to show how we build the different parts of the Word document. We're now in the document content class, and the main method of that we called is build content. This is where we actually put the content into the document. The first thing we do is we create a body, and we attach that to the document. And the body is where all the paragraphs and all the running text and everything is connected to. The next thing we do is create a paragraph. And of course we add the paragraph to the body. And then we go ahead and add some text. So let's see how that's done. I have a method here called add normal text. We'll go ahead and take a look at that, which actually puts it into the document. The first thing to add the text is we have to create a running fragment to the document. So we add that to the paragraph, and then we have to add some run properties. Now notice I didn't add anything to the run properties, I just created them. And if you leave them empty, what's going to happen is all the styling is going to come from the default style that's added to the paragraph at the time. So then after I do that, then I go ahead and just add the text. And it's as simple as that. We've now created some text in the document. So we're going to go ahead and run this and switch over to the main and execute this and take a look at the document that it creates. So it's executed successfully. Of course, it created a document. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And lo and behold, there's the text that we added to the document. So we actually created a Word document from the SDK. The next thing we want to do is add some boldface text to the document. So in order to do this, I created a function called add bold text. So to ensure that it runs, I need to go ahead and uncomment this line and now take a look at the method. The first thing we have to do is add a new run fragment to the paragraph. And then we have to add some properties to the run fragment. So the property we're going to be added is called setBold, but it takes an enum called onOff in order to do that. So we set the enum to on, and we go ahead and set it to the run properties. We have now turned boldface on. Then we create a new text fragment. And the reason we did this instead of just adding the text is because we want to set the preserve whitespace on. So if we didn't do that, the text that we added would just run together with the old text, and there wouldn't be a space in between. So what we do is we set the space to preserve, and then we go ahead and set the value to the text that was passed in. So let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. It ran successfully, and now we'll go ahead and take a look at the document. And here's the document we just created. Notice that the boldface text is directly after the original text because we added it to the same paragraph. For the final part of this tutorial, we're going to create a new paragraph and add some text that becomes formatted in all capital letters. To do this, we created a method called addCapsParagraph. So in order to ensure it runs, I'm going to go ahead and uncomment this, and we're going to take a look at the method. The first thing we do is create a new paragraph, and we add it to the body. The next thing we do is add a new run fragment to the paragraph, and we set some properties to the run fragment. This is where we're going to set the all caps on. We have to create a binary value enum set to on, an on-off enum again, and then we use this to set the properties to the set caps on. So now the text will be formatted in all capital letters. The next thing we do is create a new text fragment, and we go ahead and set the space to preserve again, and then we add the text that was passed in to the value. So now we have some text in a brand new paragraph that is set to all capital letters. Now let's go ahead and execute this and have it create the document for us. It executed successfully, so let's go and look at the document it created. And there we have our completed document. Notice now we have a new paragraph with text in all capitals. You have now seen the awesome power of the DrDev Office 2007 SDK for Java.